Welcome, guys. We've got our test today through Nearpod. I chose Nearpod because I wanted you to be able to show your work, and I wanted to be able to give you partial credit. So all the questions aren't calculations. There are some multiple choice and things like that. But on your calculations, I know it's somewhat challenging sometimes to write on the MacBooks, and the screen, the software interface is somewhat tricky for some of you guys. I know a lot of you guys like to type instead of try to scribble on the trackpad. Whatever works for you on these Nearpods works for me. The only thing I ask is on your calculations, I get that it's a weird format, so maybe we won't have our given and our needs set up. Maybe we won't track our units through the entire calculation. I encourage you to, and if you're working it on paper, I would do that on paper, but then what I put up on the screen would be kind of the minimum. So in terms of the minimum, what am I looking for? What do I have to see on calculations? Well, I need to see your answer, first of all, needs to be separated, right? Like it needs to be underlined, boxed, circled, starred, somehow, some way, make it so that I can see what you mean as your answer. But also just make sure that I can read your work. Make sure you start with what's the word I'm looking for? The raw equation, if you've got an equation involved. If you're using Q equals MC delta T, Q equals MC delta T should be the first thing you use. Remember, I didn't say you have to show, or I did say you don't have to show the delta T calculation anymore. At this point, I think we've mastered delta T. Another note on the test. I'm not stupid enough to think that I'm going to give you a test that you're going to take at home and you're not going to talk to someone else. You're not going to look up the answer. But I'm okay with that. That's the way I'm approaching this test, as if you will do those things. I'm sort of trying to take a different viewpoint with this adventure. I'm trying to think about how would this task work if this was your job. If you were at work, you wouldn't just do a bad job and have things that are incorrect on your project. You'd seek out help. You'd find someone you trust that's a colleague, and you'd ask them for help, and then maybe you'd find somebody that they trust, or maybe you'd go up to your boss or something along those lines. But you would somehow, some way find someone that knows how to do it until eventually you worked it out. And that's what I want you to do with this test. If you Google something, so be it. If you guys work together on it, great. I don't care. I want you to be able to do it. I want you to be able to show me that you can do it. I don't care what it takes for you to be able to do it. So, short of straight up copying, don't straight up copy off of somebody. I wouldn't expect you guys to do that, but work together by all means. Solve the problem. Don't stress about it. So that's kind of the intro for the test. One last thing, I almost forgot to mention this. At 1 o'clock today, I'm going to be available on a Canvas conference. Anybody that has questions, if you want me to help you with questions on the test, I will be live at 1 o'clock. So you can sign in, and I'll post a link on today's page to get there. But wanted to make sure you knew of that option. You will be able to sign in with your webcam so that you can see me, I can see you, you can see your classmates, all those kinds of things. But you don't have to. You can also, I think, just observe. I've never used this, so please bear with me. You guys are going to kind of be my guinea pigs. But I do think it's going to be helpful for you on the test. So good luck. Come see me at 1 o'clock, and talk to you guys soon.